From Amanda the Lioness Nunes to Manon the Beast Fiorot, here are the women that audiences need to keep an eye out for this year. Let's get right into it. Starting off with the amazing strawweight fighter from Mexico, Yasmin Jauregui. She's only 23 years old and was absolutely killing it in the second half of last year, winning 2 big fights and earning a spot on this list. Her first fight in the UFC was in San Diego against another new fighter, Yasmin Lucindo, and it was a super fun and competitive battle. Then, in her second fight, she got rocked early on by this tough Brazilian, Estela Nunes, but she quickly got her act together and totally dominated the rest of the match. In fact, she finished the Brazilian in the second round and now has a 10-0 record overall. Now, the 115-pound weight class is packed with talent, but this girl is seriously standing out. She's already making moves to get even bigger fights in 2023, and who knows how far she'll go from there. Her finishing rate is seriously impressive, with 6 out of 8 fights ending early. Plus, she's got some serious skills on the ground, and she's a killer striker. Jauregui's got some super sharp hands and can throw crazy flurries of punches and kicks. Like, she's not just throwing 1 or 2 strikes at a time, she's throwing whole combos at once. The only downside is that sometimes she gets a little too aggressive and stays in the pocket too long. But hey, she's tough as nails and isn't afraid to take a hit in order to dish out a ton of strikes. All in all, this girl is seriously exciting to watch and could be a major player in the top 15 for a long time. Now, this next female fighter is widely considered one of the greatest female fighters right now, Amanda Nunes. Okay, so let's talk about the badass bantamweight champ of the UFC. She's the best on this list, and for a good reason. She's a sight to see both on the ground and on her feet. Plus, she's taken on some seriously tough competition and come out on top with a 22-5 record. Check this out. Her current win streak is 6 fights long and includes some major names like Shayna Baszler, Sarah McMahon, Valentina Shevchenko, who, by the way, she defeated twice, Miesha Tate, and Ronda Rousey. I mean, damn, that's one impressive run. Now, here's the thing. Nunes' biggest weakness is her cardio. She tends to fade a bit after quick starts, but that doesn't mean she's not doing serious damage in those starts. Just ask Kat Zingano, who got a third-round TKO over Nunes back in September 2014. But in her most recent title defense against Shevchenko, Nunes showed some major improvement in her stamina and was able to pace herself better for 5 whole rounds. All in all, Nunes is a total powerhouse and deserves her spot at the top. Now, get ready to hear about the baddest actress/athlete/martial artist around, Ronda Rousey. She's a huge name on this list and holds tons of records in sports like judo and other martial arts. And if you haven't heard of her, where have you been? Ronda Rousey is a powerhouse, and not just because she's an Olympic-level judo master. You might recognize her from her incredible 3-year run as UFC's first ever women's bantamweight champion. She defended her title 6 times and even got inducted into the UFC Hall of Fame in 2018. But Rousey isn't just a fighter. She's also a WWE wrestler, champion, and one of the 4 horsewomen. She's acted in a bunch of stuff too, but it's her fighting skills that really set her apart. And if you're wondering how she got so good, it all started with judo. Rousey actually won a bronze medal at the Olympics. But even with all her success, she had to fight for recognition in a sport that didn't always give women the credit they deserved. Nowadays, Rousey's record stands at 12-2-0, and she's still a force to be reckoned with. Moving on, this next UFC fighter was ranked 20th on ESPN's 25 under 25 list back in 2021. We're talking about Miranda Cold-Blooded Blanchfield. Guys, this girl's got mad skills, and her potential is off the charts. Now, Blanchfield has been into jiu-jitsu since way back, so you know she's got some serious fight experience under her belt, even before joining the UFC. It's not a surprise that her whole fighting style is Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and let me tell you, she's been killing it lately with a 4-fight win streak, including a wicked first-round submission over Molly McCann in November. By racking up those wins, Blanchfield put herself in a solid position to start making waves in a division that's kind of lacking in star power. Oh, and by the way, she's got a current record of 11-1-0. Either way, this chick is definitely one to watch out for. Up next, this female fighter left a stripping job to focus on MMA. Vanessa Demopoulos. Vanessa Demopoulos isn't just making waves with her fighting skills. Her epic post-fight celebrations have become a thing of legend. She's made a habit of leaping into the arms of commentators like Joe Rogan and Michael Bisping, and the footage has gone viral. And it's not just the celebrations that have been making headlines. Lil Monster has been crushing it in the octagon this year with a killer armbar submission against Silvana Gomez Juarez, as well as outpointing Jin Yu Frey and Maria Oliveira in other matches. Despite not making it into the UFC's top 15 rankings in the strawweight division just yet, she's on the cusp of breaking through in 2023. Right now, she has a record of 9-4-0. Get ready for Vanessa Demopoulos to take the UFC by storm. Now, this next female fighter is a name you've definitely heard of, Cris Cyborg. She's a legend in the MMA world, and she's not afraid to show it. With a current record of 27-0, this Brazilian fighter has won titles in 4 major MMA promotions, which is a feat that no one else, man or woman, has accomplished. She made her UFC debut in style, taking down Leslie Smith at UFC 198. Then, at UFC 214, she won the Women's Featherweight Championship by TKOing Tanya Evinger in the 3rd round. Cyborg defended her title twice before Amanda Nunes knocked her out at UFC 232. But Cyborg didn't let that defeat get her down. Instead, she moved to Bellator and became their Women's Featherweight champ. With all these accomplishments under her belt, it's no surprise that she's considered one of the main female UFC fighters to watch out for in 2023. Finally, this last UFC fighter has 2 big scalps on her 2022 resume. Manon the Beast Fiorot. You know how they say, if at first you don't succeed, try again. Well, Manon Fiorot really took that to heart. She may have lost her first fight against Leah McCourt back in 2018, but she didn't let that get her down. In fact, she went on to win her next 10 fights in a row, and this year has been her absolute best yet. Even though she's only fought twice, she's already taken down big names like Jennifer Maia and Katlyn Chukagin. Now she's the top contender in the UFC's flyweight division and is looking to go head-to-head with Valentina Shevchenko for the title. As for her fighting style, it's Muay Thai, and she's really good at it. And that's all for the top female UFC fighters that you should watch out for in 2023.